Concerning those three U.S. soldiers who are being evaluated for the potential TBI, where were they when that impact happened, what raised the concern of potential?
Yeah, again, this is all, in the vicinity of MSS Euphrates in that region down there.
Inside the wire or outside the wire?
That's as detailed as I'm going to get.
On Tuesday, I asked you whether the U.S. Provided support for SDF forces attack on the 7 villages where the SAA is located. They have positions there, and you referred me to the SDF. I'm asking you as a spokesperson for the Pentagon, did your forces provide any support for the SDF in that operation?
Look, our forces are in Syria to conduct a counter-ISIS operation, right? The enduring defeat of ISIS. They have partnered with the SDF on those missions. Certainly they communicate with the SDF on a frequent basis, as partners do, but our forces in that region were threatened. We took action to mitigate that threat, and we'll do so again. And so, again, they're communicating with one another. We're aware of what the SDF is doing. I'm not going to talk about SDF operations. I'll let them talk about their operations. But let me just be crystal clear. Our forces are in Syria to conduct the enduring defeat of ISIS mission. We're doing that in partnership with the SDF, and I'm just going to leave it there.
With all due respect, General, I'm not asking about SDF operations. I'm asking about your operations. Did the U.S. forces provide support for SDF offensive on SAA positions in those 7 villages east of
If you're
Euphrates?
asking were U.S. forces, participating in combined arms maneuver with the SDF, the answer is no. All right.
That's not my question.
Okay.
Did you provide
I've
support?
answered the question.
So
our forces are in Syria.
I'm not getting a
Okay.
yes or no from you. I mean, for transparency, no, that's no, right?
John, what do you got?
Thank you.
A few days ago, you said that an A-10 had been used in close combat or at least close protection. That came out a few days later. Do we have any more information about an A-10 being used in the ground operations that are being conducted by the SDF?
So I answered this question on Tuesday, which is why I'm looking confused. So an A-10 conducted a self-defense strike near MSS Euphrates when some individuals were establishing a rocket rail. The A-10s went in, took it out, period, dot. Self-defense, not in support of any kind of, operations by any other groups that are going on. This is defending our forces.
Right.
That simple.
I know this has been covered, but Al Monitor is reporting that when the U.S. troops on Tuesday were attacked, they were supporting a militia, possibly part of the SDF, that was fighting the Assad regime. And I was just wondering if there's any information about this. I know you may say, Jeff, you need to talk to the Assad regime, but I think they're looking at flight tickets and hotels at the moment.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Very similar question to what your colleague Fadi just asked, and so I'll try again. So we have U.S. forces that are operating at MSS Euphrates. They're obviously in partnership with the SDF when it comes to the enduring defeat of ISIS mission. We do communicate with the SDF. We are aware in many cases of their operations to ensure that our forces know who's doing what. In this particular case, I'm not going to talk about SDF operations. I'm not an SDF spokesperson, and so I'm just not going to do that. U.S. forces are in that region. Are they communicating with the SDF? Of course. Were U.S. forces threatened when the elements that I highlighted earlier started threatening our forces? We took appropriate action to mitigate that threat, protect our forces. Again, our mission in Syria has not changed. It's the enduring defeat of ISIS. And again, I'll leave it there.
Sir, I think we've covered this pretty well, but I just wanted to make sure we cover every base here. You mentioned there that what transpired in Deir ez-Zor, there was no U.S. combined arms maneuver with the SDF, but that the U.S. is often aware of their operations. Were U.S. forces in and around in the vicinity of MSS Euphrates, were they in communication with and advising SDF elements, either conducting their operation or overseeing it? I mean, I'm asking about the role of U.S.
Jared,
forces.
I appreciate the questions, but I'm just not going to have any more to provide beyond what I've already provided.
Okay.
Thanks.
And can you confirm whether U.S. forces did or did not kinetically engage in that area before coming under fire?
Our forces engaged in self-defense, period, dot. Okay?
Thanks.
I'll say it again. They engaged in self-defense because our forces were threatened. And our forces are in Syria to support the enduring defeat of ISIS. All right. Thanks very much, everybody. Appreciate it. And remember, we're in Syria for the Defeat ISIS mission. All right.